Dr. Freedom. I am a jealous old bastard. It's funny, I remember when set reporters were being admonished. Well, of course, there were those handful of YouTubers who were getting the inside scoop during the Chris Chibnall era, but I am jealous. I am an evil, jealous bastard. Because they'll never invite me to an event. I will never visit the Doctor Who experience because it is gone. It is a foggy morning out here. At least the moon looks cool. Hang on a second. That moon just looks ultra cool coming down through the fog. Of course, there's no one on here because, like most civilized people, they're in their beds, all snugged up and warm, having a nap. And I am stuck out here. And the land of the mediocre. I forgot to change the damn title on the video. Or the live stream, so I'll have to add one later. It usually never ends up being what we discussed anyway, but yeah, I hope some people out there are enjoying Fallout Fridays. I'm just doing it for the hell of it because I finally got a graphics processor that can keep up. I'm not kidding. It got to the point for a while there when I came upon a settlement after a certain point of building it up. You had to literally wait a couple minutes for the settlement to load in. But I hope you're all enjoying the Fallout Fridays. It is a bit weird, sharing that with an audience. Don't worry, you can catch it on the rebound. It's up there. If you didn't see it live. Yeah, I finished everything on the game through Nuka World, and then I remembered, oh crap, I never took Garvey out for any runs, and I never took Hancock out. I got so now once this is done with Garvey, and I get max affinity with his sorry ass, and plus, as I was telling somebody, I was trying out the Minutemen Take Nuka World thing, and it effed up my game. And the only way I found I could get Garvey back out of the Museum of Freedom was to make him a companion. So then I realized, oh crap, I never did the Silver Shroud missions or any of that. I just skipped over all of it. But like I said, there's a lot of mods out there with good quests. I did appreciate the Finn Sheriff's Department one, but the guy has built his characters up to be gods. He sent them all to be essential, which means even if you want to take out that faction, you can't. And then it just, like I said, I enjoyed the quests and all that on it, but it did a lot of monkey business with the game. But morning to everybody who's coming on in. Yeah, we just received word they're going to broadcast the audio from the Big Doctor Who concert. Eventually, I think on BBC Radio 2, I think they said, and then also they're going to air the video of it, I guess, apparently later on as well. And of course, as we all know, Doctor Who Unleashed, which is Doctor Who Confidential with a host. There's a beautiful moon out there. Our next door neighbor, we know pretty much more about it than we do the bottoms of our own oceans. Gotta love it. Yeah, we don't know the whole story. I remember when they told you that story growing up that the moon was, somehow a fragment of the Earth that spun off and became the moon, and it's like, I don't think so. But it's a beautiful view of it here through the fog this morning. That's why I wrote Death Moon, because, well, also after Kill the Moon aired and the moon was secretly a giant egg. Oh God, who the hell thought of that? That was just so dumb. And it instantly replaced itself within a fraction of a second. But then again, RTD and Moffat and all them never explain what was holding the moon in place when the Earth got picked up in Stolen Earth. And not to mention the rest of the gravitational chain of the entire solar system would have been wiped out. But yeah, it is going to be nice to have, confidential back in one way or another. Well, I'd much rather not be here this morning, to be honest with you. Yeah. I was glad to see that Russell's claiming he's going to be there for at least 4 series. But let's see if the BBC concludes with that, decides to go along with that plan. Because he finally admitted what we all knew, and that was if Chris Chibnall had not stepped in, Doctor Who was being put on hiatus. And if RTD hadn't agreed to come back, they were definitely hiatusing Doctor Who. Because nobody wants the job. Everybody has seen what comes with that job. I'm not kidding. RTD should get like a friggin' knighthood for just willing to go through all this, this nonsense again. As I think Moffat put it, it's a poison chalice now. It's a great show, it's a great concept, it's a great story, but anyone who touches it is like anything you do that's, not agreed with by, the certain fans out there, then you're attacked. But yeah, they were all at the concert too. They had some photos together. You can find them on Twitter. They're all over the place. Yeah, you can tell by the way they're embracing and smiling that RT's ready to really kill that timeless children's storyline. Ha ha ha. Well, hopefully we'll see what Shooty wants to do. We can't just say, since RTD's staying, that Shooty's going to stay as well. I'm still waiting. Coltbox put up an article about the concert and all that. Yeah, I think they said it's going to be in October. You have taught that cat bad habits like watching television. So, what's going on with you all this morning? So this is just a beautiful view of the moon this morning. Some stars are out. And it's nice to know that I'm sitting in fog for a change and not smoke from the wildfires in Canada. Wow, there's no crickets out back here this morning. They're out there in the woods. You can hear them. Just don't have a whole lot to talk about this morning. Yeah, you guys are 5 hours ahead of me. And that might be pretty much, soon to keep constant because they're talking about getting rid of daylight savings time here, finally. I think this is the last year we're going to do it, thank goodness. Or is it next year? It'll be last year. Something like that, because to me it was always silly. Get in the kitchen and make me some pie. Yeah, because to me it's outdated. Come on, farmers know what time to get up. They know what time the sun's going to rise during what time of the year.
It's so foggy.
Yep.
I love it. Good morning.
What happened to your hair?
Oh, a friend of mine's got a brain tumor.
Oh, I
so
understand. Okay.
I went naked.
I understand that, yeah.
No representation.
I do that at least twice a year, but I do it for the hell of it.
Actually, I kind of like it.
uh,
All kinds of money on shampoo.
I know, she's very kind. That's Josette, I work with her. She's got one of them names I can't forget because then I think of Josette from Dark Shadows. It's just one of them names you can't forget. Unusual name. You don't hear it that much in the 21st century. Oh yeah, that's one thing I forgot to bring up. They finally, after 30 years or more, and this isn't doctor related, think they finally going to get an indictment on one of the guys involved in the shooting of Tupac Shakur. I'm like, and you know why? And this is here's the saddest. It's sad, like I said, even though I'm not a big rap fan, Tupac was looked on, pretty well, and by a lot of people. And this guy, in his 2019 autobiography, admitted he was the one who provided the damn gun for the shooting and that he was in the car. It's like, if I was this guy's buddies and I read the first draft, I'd be like, come here. Come on, we need to have a sit down. You do realize that there's no statute of limitations on murder in the United States? And you just basically admitted to not only aiding and abetting, but providing the weapon? Which means in most states, you are going to get the same penalty as if you pulled the trigger? But still, 30 years later, and all because this prideful imbecile admitted in his own autobiography, and it took him 4 years. Well, they've been working on, I guess, getting this guy for the last God knows how many years. Not to mention, I think, if this is the guy I think it is, was a pallbearer at Tupac's funeral. There is very little rap I do like. Like I said, I don't. So like I said, I don't want to demean the genre, but at the same time, I'm not a major fan of it. But still, Tupac was well known. And it's sad that somebody died so young. You're going to see U2 on purpose? Are you sure it wasn't a gunpoint? No, I'm only kidding. Bono. There's quite a few U2 songs I like. An Irish band. They're going to get up there and sing the Ballad of the Wiki Nethers. And I just made that up and I have no idea what the hell I just said. But I bet they don't sing the Irishman song, you know, about the guy with the bow, and you know which one I'm talking about. Lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you won first prize. Okay. Well, folks, I just looked at the time, and soon I will have to be going there to kill another 9 hours of my existence. So take care, everybody. Be kind, be calm, be safe. We'll see you on the flip side. Keep your eyes and ears open. You know, now that we're getting close to the 60th, there'll be a lot more news out there. So take care, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.